Welcome students, welcome to my class. My name is Aishi Jain and today we are here with another video of our chapter Time and Calendar. Okay, so let's get started. In the previous chapter, I have taken the quick revision of Time and Calendar chapter in which we have studied how to read time, what are clocks and what are the kinds of clocks we have. Today we are going to take the exercise section of the test book. So, I request all the students to take books with them. It will be helpful to you. So, let's get started. Okay, so in this video, I have divided my board in 3 sections as you can see. And I have taken examples and topics as well. So, my first topic is use AM and PM. In the earlier video, I have told you what is AM and what is PM. So, now what is AM? AM means ante-meridiem and PM means post-meridiem. So, how to use AM and PM? 12 o'clock of midnight, AM, one round of a clock, 12 o'clock which is noon, PM, the second round of a clock and then 12 o'clock which is midnight. I will explain what I have written in the board. Okay, so when does AM starts and when does PM starts? So as you all know, the news starts at night 12 or you can say 12 o'clock midnight. Okay, so a day starts at 12 o'clock midnight and in which we say AM, PM. So I will give you an example. 1 AM, 2 AM, 3 AM, 4 AM, 6 AM and so on. Okay, now when AM ends and PM starts, so AM starts at 12 o'clock of midnight and it will end at 12 o'clock of the noon. This is the one round of a clock. As you can see, we have a clock which has 12 divisions, 1 to 12. Okay, I have made a clock here. You can see the 12th division I have made. Okay, so how does AM works? 1 AM, 2 AM, 3 AM and so on up to 12 AM. This will take one round of a clock. Next, 12 o'clock of the noon. Okay, so when PM starts at 12 o'clock of the noon till 12 o'clock of the midnight. Suppose if I say I come to school I go back to home at 8, so if I say I go home from school at 1 PM, so 1 PM is my noon time. Okay, so here PM is the second round of a clock. So how will you say AM and PM? You can say the AM starts at 12 midnight and end at 12 o'clock of the noon, and when PM starts at 12 o'clock of the noon to 12 o'clock of the midnight. Okay, so let's take examples for AM and PM. Example number 1, you can also refer test book which is exercise 7.2. Fill in the blanks using AM and PM. First, Rahul eats lunch at 1:30. Rahul eats lunch at 1:30. So when Rahul comes to home after school, he eats his lunch. Okay, we eat lunch at noon. So what we will use? I will give you 2 seconds. You can answer. Yes, the answer is PM. Okay, so 1:30 PM. Why? Because from 12 o'clock noon to 12 o'clock midnight we use PM, which is post-meridiem. Second, Pooja goes to school at 7:30. Pooja goes to school at 7:30. So 7:30 in the morning. So what you will use? 7:30 as AM. You will write 7:30 AM. Now, third, sun sets at 7:10. The sun sets at 7:10. What you will use? The sun sets in the evening. I will give you 2 seconds. What will be the answer? AM or PM? Exactly. The answer is PM. Why? Because it is the time after the noon. From noon 12 o'clock to 12 o'clock midnight, we use PM. So 7:10 PM. Okay, I hope the concept of AM is PM are clear to you. Now let's get to the another topic of this chapter, in which we will differentiate about 12 hours clock and 24 hours clock. So our next topic is 12 hours clock time and 24 hours clock time. So you can see I have made two clocks here. The first one is called analog clock and the second here is digital clock. Now what is analog clock? We all have analog clocks at our home. It has 12 divisions. Okay, you can see here it starts from 1 and ends at 12. So this is the analog clock. Now the digital clock, you can see the digital clock here, and the time shows in digital clock is 22:48 minutes. Okay, so as you know, a day has 24 hours. A day has 24 hours. एक दिन में 24 hours होते हैं, पर मैम हमारी क्लॉक में तो सिर्फ 12 तक ही होता है. So that is why I have used one round of a clock and the second round of a clock in our analog clocks. Okay, so as you know, we can't use numbers from 1 to 24 in a single frame of a clock. So we have divided our 12 hours and 12 hours into two sections for 24 hours. But in digital clock we have 24 hours. Okay, so how and where you will see this digital clocks? You can see digital clocks in smartwatches, on railway stations, in hospitals and many other places. Okay, so for this picture and for the theory part, you can refer to the textbook page number 212. Okay, so how to differentiate 12 hours and 24 hours and how we will know what time this 22 hours and 48 means to us. So let's get started. So I will draw here analog clock time and digital clock time. So as you all know now that AM starts at 12 midnight. So in AM time we use 12 as AM, then after that 1 AM which will be in the midnight. Okay, so most of our parents and our mother used to wake up at 4 AM or PM. Exactly, our mother used to wake up at 4 AM or 5 AM for us. हमारे लिए वो इतनी जल्दी सुबह उठती हैं. Okay, so in time, so or in a clock, she wakes up at 4 AM. Okay, so I have to tell you one thing. In analog clock, we use AM and PM system. Okay, because it is very important to differentiate the time. Okay, but in digital clock we don't use AM and PM because we know after 12 o'clock it will automatically will be PM. Okay, so 12 o'clock of midnight will be AM, then 1 AM, 2 AM to 11 AM. Now at 12 AM PM it will be noon. Okay, so what to use after 12 PM? Okay, so here if I write 1 PM, that 1 PM here means 13. Okay, now at 00 of midnight at 00:00 of midnight we will get to know it is 12 AM. Okay, at This time we will get to know it is 1 a.m. So what to use after 12 o'clock noon in digital clock? Okay. So 13, 14, 15 up to how much? Up to 59. Okay, as you know, in clock we have 24 hours. After 12 o'clock in the noon we have 13 o'clock, 14 o'clock, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 and so on. No. Okay. As you all know, in our 24 clocks we have only numbers up to 24. Okay, so you can refer this chart in your test book, which is at page number 212. So please students, take your test books with you, so it will become more easier to understand the concept. Let's get to the another topic. I have taken example number 2 from your exercise 7.2 of the test book. Okay, here you have a question. Write time in 12 hours format. In this question, you have to write the time in 12 hours format. The questions will be given in 24 hours format and then you have to convert them in 12 hours format. Okay, so let's get started. Have you ever seen 13 as time in our this analog clock? No, we haven't seen 13 in our analog clock, but you can see 13 in our digital clock. So what will be the time? Exactly, it will be 1 o'clock of PM. Okay, it will be 1 o'clock of PM. Let's take another example. What will be the time here? 15. The time will be 3 o'clock as per 12 hours format. Okay. So how to get know this clock or this time? So it is very easy. What you have to memorize is you have to minus the 24 format from 12 hours format. What I have done, I have used 13 hours minus 12 hours. What time I have got? 1. Can you see here? 1. Okay. So by doing subtraction or minus, you will get the time of 12 hours format. Let's take the second example. The time was 15. Okay, minus 12 o'clock. How much I got? 3. So can you see? The time is 3 and 15. So it is the time after noon. Okay, so we have used PM. Okay, my dear students, don't forget to write these things in your notebook. It will be very helpful for you to understand the concept. What you have to do, you can even pause the video and can write the answers by your own. Okay, so let's get to another question. Now, question number 3 or example number 3. This is from exercise 7.2. The question here is to convert into 24 hours format. Now, in this question, you will be given the time in 12 hours format, and then those 12 hours format will have to be converted into 24 hours format, like the opposite of the previous question we have done. Okay, so let's take an example. Suppose if I write 2 p.m. What I have written? 2 p.m. Can you tell me what time it is? It is morning, noon or night? Exactly. It is the noon time. After attending the schools, when we come to home, it is 2 p.m. Okay. So how will you write this 2 p.m. in 24 hours format? Okay. So the answer will be 14. I have told you we cannot use AM or PM in 24 hours format. Okay. So how will you get to know, ma'am, that the answer is 14? What you have to do, you can easily count the countings after 12 o'clock. In our analog clock, we have 2 rounds because our clock is divided into only 12 divisions, that is 1 to 12. But what if the time is after AM? So we have to use this 2 p.m. in 24 hours format. So what I have done, I have counted. So after 12 o'clock, I have 1 and 2. And in digital time after 12, it will be 13 and 14. So the answer is 14. Okay, let's take another example. "5:30 p.m. I watch my cartoon at 5:30 p.m. Can you tell me what time of the day it is? Is it morning, noon or evening? Exactly, it is the evening time of the day, 5:30 p.m. Now what will be the time? I will give you 2 seconds. I know you all know the answers. Try. After 12, start counting on your hands or on your fingers. Yes, it will be after 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 and 17. Why? I have count 5 numbers in my hand. You know why? Because after noon there will be not 1 in digital clock, there will be 13 in the digital clock. So after 12 o'clock I will count 13, 14, 15, 16 and 17. I got 17 on my 5 count because I have used 5:30. So 17, and the minute section will remains the same in both analog clock and in digital clock. So my answer is 17:30. Okay, we will not use AM or PM in our digital clock. a.m. This is the time you all probably slept. Okay, this is the time when you all used to sleep. But what to use this time in digital clock? We will use the 4 zeros in the digital clock. Let's take another example. a.m. Can you tell me what time of the day it is? Is it morning, noon or evening or midnight? Exactly, it is the morning time of the day, and that's why I have used AM. So what to use in PM clock? or in 24 hours format clock, we will use simply use 4. Okay, why? Because in digital clock the stage starts from 00 and then ends at 12 or 23 hours 59 minutes. Okay, so here the answer is 004. Okay, let's take a quick revision. What have we done yet? We have done the concept of AM and PM. Then we have done exercise of AM and PM. Then we have learned the concept of 12 hours clock and 24 hours clock format. Okay, I hope आप लोगों को इधर तक बहुत अच्छे से clear हो गया होगा. Okay, let's get to the another section of the chapter. Okay, so the next concept of this chapter is very important. The concept is duration. The concept is duration. Okay, so let me give you one example for duration. Okay, in lockdown our online lectures used to start at 8:30 a.m. Okay, our lecture used to start at 8:30 a.m. and our lecture used to end at 9:30 a.m. Okay, and our lecture used to end at 9:30 a.m. So, can you tell me how much time we have studied during online class? So, you have noticed one thing. We have two things here. First, we have starting point and then we have ending point. We have 2 points here. The lecture time which was started till the end time, the starting point and the ending point. So when the lecture starts from here, our times also start. In the earlier lecture I have told you, time is the thing which is unstoppable. So the lecture starts at 8:30 and our lecture ends at 9:30. So this period of time is called the duration. This period of time is called the duration of our lecture. So how to find the duration of the time? Okay, so you can see our lecture is of 1 hour. Ma'am, how you know that it is of 1 hour? So the formula for finding duration is end time minus starting time. So my lecture ends at 9:30 and my lecture was started at 8:30. So you have to do minus. I'm showing you minus here only. So how much you get? 1 hour. So the duration of our lecture was 1 hour. Okay, so what is the meaning of duration? Duration means the time we have spent or the time which has gone is called duration. Okay, I will write the definition here. The time which has gone during the day is called duration. Okay, if I have to explain the same thing in Hindi, I will give you an example. हमारी मम्मी हमसे पूछती है कि आज का लेक्चर कितने घंटे का था, कितने घंटे का था, हाउ मच आवर्स, हाउ मच टाइम. ओके, आज का आपका जो लेक्चर था वो कितने घंटे का था. तब आप उन्हें क्या कहते हो, हमारा लेक्चर स्टार्ट हुआ था 8:30 पे और हमारी टीचर ने लेक्चर ख़त्म कर दिया था 9:30 पे. तो आपकी मम्मी ने पूछा, अच्छा स्टार्ट हुआ और एंड हुआ, मतलब आप कितने घंटे बैठे रहे स्क्रीन पे, फ़ोन लेकर कितने घंटे बैठे रहे. तो आप उन्हें कैसे बताओगे, तो जो आप उन्हें बताओगे वो क्या होगा, आपका ड्यूरेशन. क्या होगा, ड्यूरेशन. ओके, आई विल गिव यू एन अनदर एग्जाम्पल. आपका पोकेमॉन का शो स्टार्ट होता है 5 बजे और आपका पोकेमॉन का शो ख़त्म हो जाता है 6 बजे. तो बताओ आपका पोकेमॉन का जो शो था वो कितने घंटे चला. एग्जैक्टली, आपका पोकेमॉन का शो 1 घंटे चला, 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock. सो द टाइम 5 to 6 was the duration. Okay, now you know what is the meaning of duration. The starting point to the end point of something you have done in which the time has gone is called the duration. Okay, now how to find the duration. बहुत सारे बच्चों को अभी तक नहीं आता है कि वक्त हमारा कितना गुजरा वो नहीं निकालना आता है. सो उसके लिए एक फॉर्मूला है. फॉर्मूला क्या है, यू हैव टू सब्ट्रैक्ट द एंडिंग टाइम एंड द स्टार्टिंग टाइम. So I have given you the example of your Pokemon show. The Pokemon shows end at 6 p.m. and started at 5 p.m. So 6 minus 5, how much? 1. So the duration was 1 hour. Okay. Now I will give you third example. I know you all like watching movies. Okay. So if you go to cinema hall and your movie starts at suppose 9 o'clock, your movie starts at 9 o'clock and your movie ends at 12 o'clock. So can you tell me for how many hours you have watched the movie in the theater? क्या आप मुझे बता सकते हैं कि 9 बजे स्टार्ट हुई आपकी मूवी, 12 बजे ख़त्म हो गई, तो कितने घंटे या फिर कितने टाइम तक, हाउ मच टाइम आपने वो मूवी थिएटर में देखी. एग्जैक्टली, आप लोगों ने वो मूवी 3 आवर्स तक देखी. कैसे किया आप लोगों ने, आपकी मूवी का एंड टाइम क्या था, 12 o'clock और आपका स्टार्टिंग टाइम क्या था, 9 o'clock. सो 12 में से हमने 9 को माइनस किया, कितना हमें मिला, 3. सो 3 आवर्स हमारी क्या थी, ड्यूरेशन. ओके, सो in this video I have told you many things, and this video is very important because in this video we have started doing the exercise section of the test book. Please students, if you haven't purchased your books, do purchase them, and this video will be very helpful for you in this lockdown session when your schools are not opened. Okay, so what we have studied in today's lecture about the chapter time and calendar. First we have studied about AM and PM. AM means anti-meridian, PM means post-meridian. Okay, so what is AM and what is PM? So the time from 12 midnight to 12 noon is AM and the time from 12 noon to 12 midnight is PM. Then we have studied about 2 concepts about analog clock and digital clock. Analog clock are divided into 12 division of a time, and in digital clocks we don't have the division, we have the time or the hours from 1 to 24 hours, because in a day we have 24 hours. Then we have studied duration. What is duration? The duration means the time which has gone or which has passed. I have given you many examples to understand the concept. ओके स्टूडेंट्स, सो हियर आवर लेक्चर इज ओवर. आई होप आप लोगों को लेक्चर पसंद आया हो, एंड इफ यू लाइक द लेक्चर्स प्लीज लाइक, शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब टू आवर IPS Sanand School channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon of course, and if you have any queries do write in the comment section, so we will help you. And take care, have fun, enjoy. Thank you so much.